Hello Virgo, this is your year ahead reading for 2022. Keep in mind these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. So before we get into the energy of 2022, I want to take a moment to close out and reflect on 2021. So I'm going to pull a card for the life area, the focus, the house of 2021 for you. What was your focus for 2021? What lessons did you learn in 2021? And you're showing up here as the first house. So this is the house of the self, your individuality, what people see, the impression that you give, how you see yourself, how you're choosing to show up in the world. 2021 really put you in perspective. What you value, what you want, how you want to be, how you want to show yourself. So now I'm gonna pull a card for what challenged you in 2021 and what supported you in 2021. So what challenged you in 2021 is showing up here is the Knight of Wands. And that feels like the initiative, the taking action, getting things going was kind of a difficulty for you in 2021. But what supported you here was that you were able to use a lot of your energy and focus in connecting more to your heart, connecting more to yourself, and really discovering what it is that you want. And I think that's kind of why here the first house is showing up, is because you really started to ask yourself those deeper questions of who you are and what you want to do with that and how you want to show up with that. And so that's probably why you weren't in that action energy, because you didn't want to take, you were hesitant to doing something that wasn't aligned and intentional. So yes, while you struggled to start things or get, feel motivated, maybe you didn't feel motivated to be productive, that challenged you and that was a struggle for you for a reason, right? Because you are meant to really focus on this so that you could enter into 2022 with more intentionality and be more purposeful and be more aligned with who you are as an individual. So let's pull some cards for what energies you're working to release from 2021 as you enter into 2022. So Virgo, going back to that Ace of Cups, really, this really helped you paint a picture of what it is that you want for yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. What does healthy look like for you in all aspects of yourself, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your spiritual well-being. And by doing so, by really taking the time to think about this, it brought you to a new level of acceptance. There maybe in the beginning of the year, there was still the beginning of 2021, I should say, there was kind of this energy of still wanting to control and wanting to be take initiative and make this change and usher in this change. And maybe this was like helping other people, or, and realizing towards the end of the year that you can only do so much for others. You really have to bring it back to yourself, that because once you found a healthy balance and harmony within yourself is when you are the most effective for yourself and others. And that comes down to this acceptance of what you can and can't do, what you're willing to, what you have the capacity to give and do. And for gratitude, by choosing to be more heart-centered, be more heart-led, be more intentional with trying to stay in alignment with what you feel is right, it's prompting you to be in more gratitude of what you have. Be more present. It's like learning how to be grounded in the present and just feeling the abundance that you already have. So I feel like you're not really releasing these energies, but more so we're trying to practice this more and bring this more into your life as you prepare to transition into 2022. But I'm going to pull a few more cards to get another layer for what you're working to release. So you're getting surrender to passion. Very interesting how that's falling right underneath here, this Knight of Wands, and is kind of clarifying this card of acceptance. So it's really kind of going back to this idea of, or this intention really that you have of just moving forward in your life by choosing what you feel passionate about, by being inspired and with what feeds your fire, feeds your soul, ignites you, what makes you feel, because by choosing to do things that are heart-led, by choosing to do things that you're passionate about, that's when you feel the most alive. And there's a part of acceptance in there, in that it may not be what you thought it should be. And that's kind of that first house energy here, where you're trying to kind of uncover what it is that you want, not what other people or society has wanted for you. Here with health, the surrender resentment is coming up here. And I feel like maybe what this means is you may have had this thought or belief that, oh, if I had done X, Y, and Z, then I wouldn't be in this situation. It's almost like you're, what's the word? I don't want to say punishing yourself, but you're like blaming yourself for not making the choices that you wish you would have made to better your well-being or improve your well-being. When in reality, sometimes it just takes a while for us to get to the point where we can have that clarity to make the adjustments that we need to make, to say no to who we need to say no to set the boundaries, to cut off certain habits or people or environments, what have you. And so really letting go, it's if you're still holding on to that energy of I wish I should have, or I could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of energy, if you're still feeling that way, then take a moment before entering into entering into 2022, before trying to start off into new energy, even if you're already in January and you're not watching this, whatever time you're watching this, take a moment to, perform some kind of ritual, whatever you need to do to honor what you have gone through and forgive yourself for the choices that you made, and accept that all happened in the way that it did. You reacted and made choices in the way that you did just so that you could be here in this moment, and just be in gratitude that after all that you are here. So this is really surrendering to the flow of what is without trying to fight what was, if that makes sense. So just I that's what I would say to you to do. Hopefully that helps, and let me know if that does. Okay, so moving on into the energies for 2022. I'm going to pull a life area, like another house card for you for what you will be focusing on in 2022. Whoa, 12th house, full circle for the first house in 2021, and then the 12th house, the last house in 2022. I feel like this is completion here. Whatever you learned about yourself in 2021, you're really trying to usher in that change into 2022, and kind of like cut out the mentality of the old. You know, it just really, that's what it feels like. The 12th house is the house of transcendence. It's the last house too, so it's like really the house of, like, it's an end to a cycle for sure. So let's pull a card for what will be challenging you, what will be supporting you in 2022. So what will be challenging you is impatience here with the Seven of Pentacles. You've planted your seeds. Some of you may have planted your seeds in 2020 or 2021, or some of you may have started planting your seeds this year, like at the beginning of this year, and because you see the potential in it, you want to feel like you want to see the rewards already, right? You want to enjoy the fruits of your labor already, but it's, good things need to take time to build, because if you try to go through the fast track, then you'll just, as fast as you gained it, it will be as fast as you lose it, right? So this is about really creating lasting change, creating sustainable change. And that's just, that's going to take a level of patience. What will be supporting you is the Five of Wands. So normally some people will see this and read it as, conflict, because that is traditionally what the Five of Wands represents. With it being a 5, there is a lot of change, and it does look like people are fighting here, right? But there's another interpretation for this card where it's people who are sparring or with each other. So what could be supporting you in 2022 is really that it's like failure, right? It's what's that term? Why can't I can't remember it right now, but it's like where you're failing to learn. You're giving yourself permission to fail so that you can learn from your mistakes and make improvements. So this is kind of a supportive energy for you. So that's kind of why things are happening in a slow pace. Because if things happen so fast, then you wouldn't catch these things that you could fix along the way to make whatever you're building upon even better than what you could have imagined it to be. So that's what the slow pace is for, is giving you the time that you need to kind of practice, refine, change, revise, right? Pivot. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. If this resonated, there is an extended where we take a deeper look into this energy and explore how they may influence aspects of your life, and also peek into the energy of each month of the year. So if you'd like to continue on to the extended, the link to access it is in the description box below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified when new readings are posted. Wishing you all the best and a prosperous new year.